Alrighty. Hello, everybody. Good morning, afternoon, or night. Welcome to the stream. My name is Steampunk Fiend. I hope you're all having a wonderful day today. And if not, welcome to the Barkade. Let's hopefully change that as we settle in for a final fantastic Friday with the finale, Day 10 of Rainbows in July in support of Rainbow Railroad. I appreciate you guys for all the support that we've had for the last 2 weeks. I hope you're all excited for one final stream. A nice little 3-hour, hopefully, one, if nothing explodes or anything calls for my attention otherwise. And hopefully we're going to finish our last piece of art for Art Fight. We've done... This is our 4th piece, but technically my 5th overall for the event this year. The other one I just can't show you because I decided to have a little fun and explore some of the more risque and delightful characters on Art Fight. But you know what? Enough about me being a silly goober who likes things. And how about we talk about me being a silly goober who likes raising money for things? Because we are still in here in support of Rainbow Railroad. This is our final day of the event. It has been a fantastic Rainbows in July. And if you don't know why we're here, we're supporting 2 ideas. One is Rainbow Railroad. We're supporting them directly through the donations we make and the awareness we're raising around them. Rainbow Railroad's organization is dedicated to helping at-risk queer people find pathways to safety by procuring resources, being a guide through resettlement processes, and being an advocate in legislation where queer people are at risk. On top of that, though, the other reason why I've been doing this, and really why I wanted to do this in the first place, is I wanted to remind people that even in these dark times, being gay, being queer, being lesbian, being trans, being intersex, being ace, arrow, demi, anything you can think of that is not described as like the heteronormative is okay. You are totally valid. You are a valid person. You are a human being that deserves to be loved, cared for, and that deserves to feel safe. And we are here to remind you of that. Even in these dark times when legislation is coming down on us, we are the bright spot here. And you can find bright spots in the community you find yourself in and the people you surround yourself with. So take care of yourselves. Be prideful of who you are. Remember to never stop shining, to always be prideful, even outside of designated celebratory months. For sure, and pop off during those celebratory months, but always carry that pride with you. Always be prideful, because it's who you are. You can never be ashamed of that. And that is our second reason why we're here, raising money and awareness. And to do that, we're doing art. I've been drawing for 10 days over the past 2 weeks, a little bit more for me. Outside of that, we got one final piece to do here with Phobos. And I'm doing pretty well. We're coming along. I got to do some shading today, and I got to do a little bit of, I got to do a lot of shading, really. Shading our character, shading the background, which I'm working on right now, and getting any final little pieces I need done, as well as some text, probably. And then we'll be done, which is fantastic. So close. Oops. Alright, before we start, if anybody would like to donate, there are several ways you can do so. The easiest way is to take out your phone, scan the QR code at the bottom of your screen. That'll take you directly to the donate link through Tiltify. A couple of the other ways to do it is by checking out the links that are pinned at the top of chats. Or you can do ! Donate to get to the exact same link. All of these will take you directly to the Tiltify donation page. But if you are on Twitch and would not like to stay on platform, you can use the Twitch charity tool, which is below the stream in the little purple donate to charity button that'll allow you to donate directly to Rainbow Railroad. And so I think without any further ado, let's sit back and relax, let's have a good time, and let's kick some butt. I gotta fix this because I gotta get the gray in here, I realized. Hold on. It's gonna bug me if I don't do this right away. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to blur, I think, a little bit of this section here. As well, during our time here in our final part of stream, we are listening to music from ocremix.org. If any of you would like to find the songs we're listening to, please ask me, and I can tell you the name of the current song we're listening to, because it's not listed on screen at the moment, just due to our overlays that I got for the charity. We are right now listening to Legend of Zelda Overture from the Legend of Zelda Remix soundtrack. This is by Evan Arnett. This one's either really rather good, honestly. I quite enjoy it. Probably listen to it later. I've been accruing a subset of OC Remix music as we've been going through the event, and I've just been like, ooh, this is nice, let me grab that, yoink. It's been great. I've had a good time with it. It's been very fun. Okay, so let's go back to our shadow work here. Actually, what I'll probably do is we're going to do a bit of a light source one here. Let me unlock my liner layer. We're going to draw a little light source up here. I pulled up some references. I have some good lighting fixtures in here. Can I open this image in a new tab and zoom in? I think we're going to do like a wall sconce lantern type thing here. I'll make it a bit smaller. I don't know if it'll look fine. If it doesn't look fine, I'll learn to live with it, I think. Because this is a last minute idea. It's gonna be kind of weird having these types of lanterns in here. It's fine though. Surely it'll be fine. Surely. Okay, let me draw on top of this layer. We're gonna do like a diffuse little candle layer here. really quickly, I'm going to actually cut out some of the section I have listed here, or selected here, I should say. Because I realized it's going to go on top of where the light would be coming out, so I can't have that. So it's basically going to be illuminating only the stuff that's like really accessible by the light of the candle. And then we're going to have it spread out further from there as a separate glow layer. And then what we'll do is I'll probably mask off some of the layer that's going to actually appear out of this here. So we're going to come off just a little bit off the lip of the lid, so to speak. And then we'll have that be the shadow that comes off here. Kind of like that. Same with below it as well. So I'm going to put our character in a little bit of shadow is kind of the idea. But not a ton. I still want her to be largely visible. But I do want a light source in the scene, at least. There we go. So I'm going to lock that layer. That layer is locked. Let me do a quick nighttime outside. Because it is night outside. We're going to do like a nice like deep purple. I'm going to come in later with some more purplish hues. Kind of go crazy around in the area. Really just kind of go crazy in the texture because I don't need it to be perfect out there. I almost accidentally hit the X button on my OBS browser, which would have been really funny. I'd have been like, no, my OBS, ah. We would have been fine. I would have somehow figured it out. Okay. Lock that layer, don't need it anymore. Let's go back to the shadows. Go back to the shadow realm. You know what do we need to do, actually? We need to, like, completely darken the cabinets over here with some nice, like, reddish, light reddish gray here. And the reason is this is because we have a cabinet with a countertop, which will definitely be obscured partially. I'm gonna go a little bit harder close to the top. Nice. Probably also quickly, well, I don't want to blur it that hard. I was like, I probably can blur this a little bit down here so it's a little more even. There you go. One of the things I got to decide on whether or not I want to do for this this art piece here is whether or not I want to use a texture of a paper in the background as well or not. I haven't decided on that yet as well here, so I'll have to see if I like it or not. I think what we'll also do is we'll also lightly over here shadow as well. So a lot of our detail pieces don't have shadow yet, so we're going to have to get some of those in shadow as well here. Do shadows. Shouldn't need the flag anymore, so I'm gonna get rid of that one. This is... I don't know what this layer was doing. Maybe I'll remake this into shadows here. Selection from layer, create selection. Yeah, okay, so there's nothing here, so this can be our shadows layer. Shadows. I would do it like at 20% rate capacity here. I messed a little bit on the guitar there, I realize. See that now. Saved. Okay. I want to get some deeper shadows going over here. Okay, let's go back to this one here. I'm going to use the deeper color I got for the shadows here, and we'll use that as well for shading here, and we'll... Wrong brush. I might have to shade... we definitely got to shade the door, actually, I just realized. Okay. I guess I kind of did. Didn't do it perfectly though. I'm gonna see if this translates well, like in a drawing or not, but if it doesn't, it's okay. Basically going for the divots that are sometimes indoors that you sometimes see. Slightly lighter here. I don't hate it. What I might do here too is I might do the implication of the indent, I guess, more so than actually drawing the other sides of it. That's how it's going to be right here. I think what I'll do is I'll slightly blur everything here too. Oh, that's a little too hard. Just very slightly. For anybody hanging out on Twitch right now, an ad's going to roll in about a minute. They'll work for 30 seconds before you're back in the action. I'm thinking since the door's open a little bit, we're going to add an extra shadow here too. Okay. I should really color more shadow on the doors, on the side of the door over here. It's not really getting hit by any lighting at all. Welcome back from ads, y'all. I can live with that there. I think I gotta recolor the guitar shadow. I wonder if I should go for harsher shadows because we only have like limited lighting in here. I could. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe I'll go for like a final pass with like a really deep shadow in different places, but for now we're going to test like this, I think. Keep running it. Okay. You know what I could actually do? I could do lower shading over here. There we go. Because the door will block some of it there, I think. I think the floor definitely needs a passive darker shading, I think, too. What I might do as well is I might go back in a little bit later and I might do some wood paneling lines, essentially, to separate our layers here, because I'm realizing the back wall is very one single wall, as opposed to like broken up into planks, I should say. I think we're going to change that a little bit here. I'm going to drink some water real quick. I'm going to go in and I'm going to redo some shading on the cupboards here. It's bugging me. Of course, I'm using the wrong thing. Duh. Right now, you are listening to Battle the Terrible Fate from The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask remix soundtrack. This is by George R. Powell. Okay. Let's get some character shading done. One of the things I needed to do for Phobos as well is I wanted to get some extra ear detailing going here. Because Phobos ears have the little, I kind of want to call them ridges that bats have. I don't actually know what they are. Like, they look like ridges, so I'm assuming they're ridges. I think they're to better help funnel sound down into the ear, essentially. So we're kind of going for kind of like triangular shaped ridges in here. I think these ridges are almost done. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to try multiplying this down to the... Oh, it's very dark. I think it looks really good like that, I think. But I never got that in earlier yesterday, so I was like, I need to get that in today. Have it done. Okay. So, one of the things we're going to also try is the texturing on the skull. I'm not sure we're going to do much texturing. I don't know if I'm going to do a lot of texturing, honestly. I think it's just kind of where I'm at. I think we're going to texture the sand around the edges here. And let's do some stuff around the eyes. Or at least need to get the interior of the nose here done. I think we're probably going to combine different, deeper hues of bone color here. I'm kind of thinking if I want to change the eye color as well, I might play around with that here in a bit. We'll see. Let's get some like light shading down here on the bottom of the skull as it kind of like hits its curvatures and stuff in different areas. Let's do that. Right now, you're listening to a Sticker Brush remix piece, actually. So if any of you are familiar with Donkey Kong Country 2 and the song Sticker Brush, this is a remix of that. Still bears the same name, Sticker Brush. And this is by Ocean's Andrew. As I said, this is from the Donkey Kong Country 2 remix soundtrack, also known as Donkey Kong Country 2 Diddy's Kong Quest remix soundtrack. If you want to find these, go to ocremix.org, type in Sticker Brush. Okay. I think that's what we'll do for our skull texture here. Now let's see if I can get some fur going on. Let's look at our brushes here, because honestly I'm not sure what I'm going to do, frankly. God's Cloud could work actually here. I lied. It got the right idea, it's just too thick. Maybe sand. It's too big. No. No, not that either. Yeah, that doesn't really work. Shit. What I'm going to actually try and do here, instead of erasing all the work I just put in, let me try and do a soft erase on some of these areas. We're going to erase a lot up here on the head. Kind of keep it down towards the jaw. Maybe like right up against the lip, actually. So neck, whoops. So neck has texturing, and hands have texturing, but not the head, which I think works pretty well. Ooh. Come on, internet. Let's work. If anybody's out there in the void and can hear me, I apologize. We're having some internet issues. I'm watching my bitrate to make sure we don't fall too dangerously low, but we are losing a lot of frames. Alright, y'all, I'm gonna go on a quick break while my internet's having an issue. So I'll see you guys in a second. I'm gonna put this in the chat here, and we'll continue relaxing once the internet hopefully is back, and once I'm done using the bathroom and stuff. Alrighty. Good luck, internet. Come on, baby. Come back. Okay, everybody. If y'all can hear me in the vast land of cyberspace, I just checked. I think my internet's having issues at the network level. So I can't really do anything about this. So I think we're going to have to keep going on as best we can. I'm going to put a message in chat here that explains that. It's not going to take over the pin chat, but it will go to both streams. So we're going to do some art. We're going to relax. If you have questions, I'm going to announce probably in about 5 minutes. Hopefully the internet can settle down, maybe if we're lucky. But we're gonna talk and we're gonna have a great time here. We're gonna push through this internet no matter what. We're gonna keep going. God, dropped so many frames. We've lost 34,000 frames, which is horrible. Very horrible. We're gonna keep going here. Okay. Papa Chase, it's good to see you, by the way. I hope you're having a... You said you said it's supposed to rain, so I hope you have a wonderful time when it does rain, if it does. And we're going to relax, and we're going to keep raising money for charity. So sit back and relax. If you have questions about what we're doing here, about any of the art we're doing, or about the organization, I will try and answer them as best of my ability. And I'm going to also scream and cry about the fact that my internet's dying. It hasn't outright crashed. There's still data going out. But it's gotten close enough that I'm scared. So if YouTube dies, YouTube think you guys are coming on this journey, I will try and get back on YouTube in a little bit if it breaks, but don't count on it. Internet's looking real rough right now. Alrighty though. So I put down some texturing for Phobos. Let's try and do... I think I might try and do a little bit of texturing on the clothes here for fun. And then we'll do our shading for Phobos here. Okay. Drink a little water here. Internet, please come back. The internet's really trying. I know it is. I can see it. It's just bad. I'm going to turn off the entirety of my phone's internet, so hopefully maybe my computer can find a little bit extra signal in the bandwidth that I'm freeing up a little bit. But you never know. It's probably not going to work like that. I mean, I don't know why it would, but a fella can dream. Okay. So let's trying to do some shading here. So for this, we're gonna rely on a deep bluish gray. We're gonna turn on our multiply here. And I'm gonna crank up the size of my brush here, and we're just gonna go crazy a little bit. Thank you, Papa's Chase. This is gonna be a little piece of fan art, or basically like just basically a piece of fan art for individual. The idea is this character is meant to be rather goofy. And they have court summons for traffic, for a traffic hearing. And they don't want to go, so that's going to be the joke here. Come on, internet, dude. Of course the internet had to die on our last day of charity streaming, but well, I can't control the weather, unfortunately. Can't control internet shenanigans either. I'll put this in chat and ask as well. Haven't seen buffering circle? Yeah, that's good. That's good to hear. That is good to hear. I appreciate that, Bobby Chase. That will help a lot, actually. Yeah, I'm trying to contend with the fact that my internet, I think, is going out at a network level, which really sucks. So I'm just like, I'm watching as my internet's like screaming on OBS. It's kind of freaked me out a little bit, but we'll make do as best we can. We push through for charity because some things in life are not easy, but they're worth fighting for regardless. And on that note, I want to remind you that we are here raising money for charity today, and have been for the last 10 days of this event. And we are benefiting Rainbow Railroad, whose mission it is to help at-risk queer people find pathways to safety by giving them resources they may need to survive and being a guide for them in their journey to resettlement, if that is what they need. On top of that, they are an advocate for the rights of queer people in legislation, and have been doing so since 2006 with over 20,000 folks helped over the charity's lifetime. So if anybody's listening and would like to donate and is capable of donating, there are many ways you can do so. One of them is by scanning the QR code at the bottom of your screen right now. That'll take you directly to Tiltify where you can donate, or you can go and click the pin message at top of chat. That'll also take you to Tiltify. ! donate will get the chat link, or the Tiltify donate link right in chat. And if you're on Twitch exclusively, donating can be done by scrolling down past the stream a little bit to look for the donate to charity button that replaces the subscribe button normally. Or is in the place of where the subscribe button normally is. I know times are tough right now, so if you can't donate, don't feel bad. This is our final stream, so spreading the word does help. The event will close later tonight. I'll shut it all down after stream, and I'll finalize the campaigns. It's really having a time. I'll retweet this. But thanks to everybody's support so far. We have raised over $200, which is going towards Rainbow Railroad. And that can help in a number of ways. It can go towards several different groups of benefits that Rainbow Railroad provides. We're not hitting any of like the big target goals that can like directly go to like funding an exclusive or funding immediately like a piece of support. But it does go to support a lot of good things for Rainbow Railroad. Such as $500 can allow Rainbow Railroad to provide life-saving medication or small resources to individuals who are in the process of resettling. Let me get my numbers right here. Hopefully this pulls up in time and doesn't explode my computer. I believe the next goal after that is $1,000, if not mistaken. Which I believe... Let me get my facts right. Let me just see if this loads. Ooh, come on, internet. Yes, $1,000. $1,000 is a housing cash grant to an LGBTQI refugee. That's coming to either America or Canada. Then after that, $2,500 can provide resources to refugees for their first 1 to 3 months after relocation. And then $15,000, which we're definitely not hitting, but is something our money can go towards, can help facilitate the resettlement of one LGBTQI plus person. And of course, our money is going to be going to whatever is the most greatest need at the current time. And so that can be any of those goals and further goals beyond that Rainbow Railroad decides are necessary at the time. So all the money that we've been raising here has been going to a fantastic cause. And I think finally our internet's finally stabilizing, thankfully. Hooray for that. It's been a long while of watching my my internet fluctuate. For context, if anybody knows how streaming works, what happens is when you're streaming, your streaming software will try and pass through whatever data it can as best it can. But oftentimes what happens if you aren't passing all of your data through, it'll start resulting to drop frames, essentially. So we reached a total of 56,966 total drop frames over the course of like 30 minutes, probably like closer to 20. Nope. Over the course of 30 minutes, we've lost 56,000 frames. Jesus, that is insane. But that's just kind of the reality of how things go sometimes. Sometimes stuff hits the fan, you can't do anything about it, and you try and move on as best you can. And I think that's an interesting allegory because Rainbow Railroad's work is really like diving into those areas where queer people need the most help, but they can't necessarily get it, and they're in some of the most dire situations of their lives where their life and the security is coming under fire. So having that uncertainty is something that is very familiar to some folks who are fleeing persecution, and Rainbow Railroad is no stranger to dealing with that, I'm sure, and are very well equipped to guide folks through uncertainty, through fear, through confusion, that the processes of resettling can be like. So we're doing a good thing here by supporting Rainbow Railroad. We're definitely helping to improve people's lives. I'm gonna show a little bit later, hopefully with internet hopefully stabilizing, a video from the head of programs, Devin Matthews, explaining. I believe it's a video from earlier this year, explaining some of the targeted areas that Rainbow Railroad is like focusing on to provide the most amount of people support that they can in some of the areas that are most dire. Okay, so let me focus on shading some more here. I gotta do a little bit more here. I think we're gonna do this here. I think another thing I'm going to do really quickly too is I'm going to grab a base color of fur here, and we're just going to draw this in here, because why would it be like this? Weird. Just had the wrong color selected. That was a blunder. I gotta close in these lines so they'll just spill out with the paint bucket that I used. Must have not closed it here either. Makes sense. It's good to see finally the amount of drop frames we had start going down, which is nice. I'm provided a percentage as well that like tells me, hey, this is how many drop frames you've had over the course of your stream, essentially. And at the very tail end, we just barely hit 20% of our drop frames, which is crazy. So hopefully that wasn't too bad. Hopefully maybe like quality dipped and stuff so data could still get out, but that was rough watching that number go. Okay. So this is going to be the whole shading. Like this is going to be like, I should say this is going to be like, it's going to be shading that's specific to all the different pieces of this character, but then I'm going to do a whole page shading. It's because I'm erasing to... Right now you all are listening to some Dr. Mario Remix soundtracks. This is particular, or was particular, Funky Pills from a Dr. Mario Remix soundtrack, and that was by Jake Kaufman. And now you're going to listen to Twisted Soul from the Dragon Ball Z Budokai 2 Remix soundtrack. This is by B-Lays. Oh, on your phone? That probably makes sense, but if you would like to donate, I'll explain a little bit of reason why that happens, because that kind of comes down to how Twitch mobile works. Let's make sure to snooze that out. Twitch mobile works in a weird way where it's supposed to have a lot of the features that desktop does, but it often just doesn't. So if you would like to donate, you will have to leave, like you'll have to open up a new browser tab. Cause I don't think it happens. I just don't think the button shows up at all on mobile. So if you do want to donate, the easiest way to do it is by following this link here. That'll show up in YouTube as well. But that is just genuinely like a limitation of how Twitch works on mobile. And I'm sorry that the button's not there, because I know it's really easy sometimes to just like be able to donate through Twitch, because like it doesn't mean you have to open up another browser tab or anything like that. It is kind of nice to have it, but they didn't bring it to mobile. I don't think they've brought it there yet, unfortunately. It's just kind of a pain in the butt. But thank you for letting me know, because I had forgotten that was a thing for the entirety of the event. Yeah, that it's difficult to donate on mobile. We're gonna leave it like that, I think, for the shoulder. It's not the prettiest looking thing, but I gotta make it work. Should do a light bit of shading on here on the lip and stuff of the skull. Okay. Let's do a little shading up here at the top a little bit as well. Actually, no, we're not. Okay. So what we're going to do now is we're going to lock that layer and we're going to do a separate light shadow. Because we need one from the casting of the light behind it. So we're going to do this one rather light. Do this like at 25 apply. We're just going to cover everything as best we can. So that's pretty good. We're gonna go back through and we're gonna blur some of it as well here. Welcome back from ads, y'all. Okay, so this is Phobos in shadow, which looks really good, I think. I'm going to do a little bit of extra mouth shading I realize I need to lock in as well in there. Go to the reds here, bring it in like this. Okay. All right. Now, I do need to throw an extra one on the letter, which needs to be here. We're gonna go for our blue here. I get it really nice and deep and dark. Zip link. Team. Okay. I'm actually going to go even deeper on the bottom part here. And for this one, we're going to try and go for like an orange shading, I think, here. I am actually Papa, yeah. Good foresight. So the idea is that this is going to be a court summons. It's not going to be... It won't necessarily be backwards, but it will be upside down. To the audience, at least. I don't know how much lettering I will do, but the joke will be that will definitely be there that there's something to be read. Should be fun. Leave it like that, I think. I don't know why there's like a, there must be like a tiny little bit of color that's actually like not there. Alright, cool, there we go. I was just missing a little bit of color that looks like it. Okay. So one of the difficult things we'll have to do here is text. So we're going to get court summons. That's too big. So we're gonna first perspective warp this, I think. I'm gonna duplicate this just in case. And then what I'm going to do from here is I'm actually going to, along this line, I'm going to grab everything here, cut and paste it, and then we're going to edit this to be another perspective. And I might even cut it a little bit further here. But the idea is that it's broken across the page, right? Because it's like, it's folded in half a little bit, a little crinkled. But I think that gives the right impression that it's like you can read it kind of thing. And then I don't know if I'm going to do a seal or not. We'll see. I think I might do some, oh, you know what? Okay. I got a great idea. Amazing idea, even, some might say. Okay. So we're going to do, this does not need to be bolded. Nor does it need to be italicized. Thank you, thank you. And then I need the text of this specifically. Oh, beautiful. I'm so glad this exists. Let's put this at like 14, I think. I think I can get some more in there. We'll see. This is Burning the Clock Tower from Castlevania Dracula X Remix soundtrack. This is by Gario. Okay. We're going to drop this down a couple sizes here to 12, I think. Okay. We're going to rasterize this. Actually duplicate it first, just in case it breaks. That's weird. What's up, Bogues? How you doing? Doing well, my dude. Good to hear. Good to hear. Okay, acknowledgement of this letter constitutes the delivery of these court summons. The recipient is hereby the Fitness Gram Pacer test is a multi-stage aerobic capacity test that progressively gets more difficult as it continues. I technically fucked up a little bit of the text here. There should be a space here. That's fine. I'm going to cry about it later. How goes the art? It goes pretty well. I think we're getting close to being done with this, hopefully. The court summons have now been properly written. The alignment is absolute garbage, actually. I think I might redo this, because it's not aligned here at the edge of the text and stuff. Fuck the pacer test. It's such a fun. It's a good meme though. You gotta admit it's a good meme. Delete that. I might actually just lower the opacity so I can learn from my mistakes. Thank you for petting the dog. I appreciate it. Does that work well? Oh yeah, it does. Look at that. Look at that go. Oh my eye. Oh, stop poking my eye, damn it. Ah. Jeez, bugs. All right, let me adjust this here again. No, we're not gonna leave it like that, I think. I have so many of these coins I've never used. It'd be like that. I don't have a lot of options for coin usage. That might change in the future. I don't know. We'll see. All right, let's try this here. Edit perspective. Ok, vamos a hablar por español por 5 minutos. Ahora ya estoy tratando a... Oh, sí. Ya ahí se va. Mis ojos. ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué estás poniendo tus... Ay, no te metas tus dedos así en mi ojo. Qué pinche chingada. No, estoy bromeando. Estás bien. No te preocupas. Gracias por los 5 minutos de español. Vamos a ver si puedo así arreglar esto. Quizás si lo pongo como así, se arregla. Quizás. Quizás lo pongo así, un poquito más como así. Pero si lo miro así... Uy, acuerdo, déjalo como así. Si lo miro como así, sí se mire correcto. Casi. Necesito arreglarlo un poquito más. Ok, vamos a ver si esto se mira correcto. Sí, se mire bien, como así yo creo. Ahora, y después vamos a... Necesito así cambiarlo como así, para así romperlo y después arreglarlo. Ahora vamos a cambiar la posición para arreglar el perspectivo. Cuando lo hago como así el perspectivo no se mira bien. Quizás si lo hago como así. Sí, se mira un poquito bien como así. Yo no sé si necesitas estar un poquito más chiquito o qué, pero no se está arreglando como lo quiero. Si no es perfecto, ni modo. Eso está bien. Solo se necesita mirar cómo se está correcto. Y gracias también para cuidar el agua y el... No sé cómo decir stretch en español. Ya me olvidé. No sé por qué te pedía hablar español si no solo puedo leerlo. Qué chistoso. Qué chistoso. Fíjate que creo que esto se va a hacer suficiente. Quizás, vamos a ver si lo puedo así cambiarlo así como un poquito como así para... Si se hace un poquito más mejor si lo hago como así. Ahora mejor. Y después también ya necesito así arreglarlo para que no se mire como así en las palabras. Y ahora ya puedo quitar estos dos que no necesito. Ahora sí. Listo. Qué broma. Ya me gusta este dibujo. Estuve pensando que este sería la más fácil de los 4 que hemos sido así en la canal. No sé si eso es la correcta palabra, pero ni modo. Pero no, he ponido bastante tiempo así para arreglar esto y asegurar que se está bien y se funciona, se mire bien. Pero mejor para que se gusta cuando lo interno. No, lo interno yo creo es la palabra correcta. No sé. No, eso no es la palabra correcta. Aquí ni modo. Tomé 2 años de español en la secundaria y todo le que saqué se fue a biblioteca. Qué chistoso. Yo no sé por qué, pero yo creo que en América, si no puedes hablar español, la única palabra que casi toda la gente que se sabe es biblioteca. O quizás baño. ¿Dónde está el baño? Yo no sé. Ay, ni modo. Thanks for the 5 minutes. I appreciate that. That was a lot of fun. Haven't done that in a while, and I had to like exercise my brain a little bit, but it was good. I appreciate it. Okay. God, there's so much stuff that I've had to put in. Like, there's so many layers here. This is about the normal layer amount that I go through. I just put so much layer work in. It's abysmal. Okay. Last things we need to do really is a little extra shading in the background probably, and panel lining for wood planks. Then I think text. Let me do text first. Combine the letter into one here. I like to tell people I'm a quarter bilingual because I only kind of read it. Yo, Lubichu, whoa, that is 46 people. Holy cow. Welcome, Raiders. Hello, hello. Hopefully nobody's stuck in ads. Well, if they are, I'm going to do this really quickly before I say hello, everybody. Luby Raid, Shinsu. The, the distinct cousin of Sun Tzu. Welcome, everybody. Is cotton pre-rolls. The FitnessGram Pacer test is a multi-stage aerobic capacity test that progressively gets more difficult as it continues. The 20-meter pacer test will begin in 30 seconds. Line up at the start. The running speed starts slowly but gets faster each time after you hear this signal. Boop. A single lap should be completed each time you hear this sound. Ding. Remember to run in a straight line and run as long as possible. The second time you fail to complete a lap before the sound, your test is over. The test will begin on the word start. On your mark, get ready, start. I'm so sorry that that like triggered a sleep rager in me. I needed to go through that whole entire thing because you said it. I had the script pulled up on my other monitor, and I needed to get that done. So thank you so much. Welcome in, Raiders. I appreciate you all. Welcome into Rainbows in July. I am your host, Steampunk Fiend, and we are raising money today for charity. We are benefiting Rainbow Railroad, whose organization is dedicated to helping at-risk queer people escape persecution in their countries of origin. They are based here in America and Canada, and have been working since 2006 to help people escape persecution. So if you'd like to donate or learn more about the cause, please feel free to ask me or do !donate or !RR for Rainbow Railroad, and that'll get you some information on all the deets of what we're doing here for the event. And who hurt me? Nobody. I love the fitness gram pacer test. It's such a good meme. Welcome in Lumichu. Welcome in Shinsu. Welcome in Nightstorm. I appreciate you all. Thank you guys so much for the raid. I hope you guys had a wonderful time over at your stream. What were you doing? Were you doing special events by chance? Ooh, VR chat. That is not a category that raids into me at all. Haku Goddess, thank you for raiding. Appreciate it. Sorry if I called you out and you wanted to lurk, but greetings. Welcome to the Barkade. And if anybody needs to raid and run, including you, Lumi, whether it be for food, water, medicine, shower, to unstink, or sleeping, please feel free to. I know how streaming can be a tough ordeal. And even being a viewer can sometimes be a tough ordeal. But I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for coming over. Thank you for stopping by on our final day of the event. For whatever reason, my brain, this has been something that I mentioned earlier, but my brain has been like anxiously hovering over the X button on my OBS installation, or my OBS window. And I'm like, for one reason or another, I feel like sometimes I'm going to accidentally close it. And that does not help when you get a big raid and like the nerves hit. But I appreciate you. Thank you so much for dropping by. I saw you say, Papa's Chase, you got to run. Good luck on your stream. Thank you. I appreciate it. You have a lovely Friday. You have a lovely rest of your weekend. And let me walk you guys through what we're doing here. So for Rainbow Railroad and Rainbows in July in particular, the event I decided to, or the unification theme around this is art, essentially. And I wanted to do a lot of art for technically art fights. So I wanted to kind of get some attacks in and stuff. But I wanted to do good because I feel like sometimes doing art fight can be really boring, or I don't get motivated enough to do art. So I wanted to do something good for the world and stuff. And I figured, hey, let's remind people that even in these dark times where legislation is trying to silence the fact that queer people exist and that we are here and here to stay, let's shine a bright spot on some of the work that people are doing in the world to make sure that LGBTQI plus folks are not in danger, and let's have some fun doing some art while doing it. So right here is our last attack of the month, probably. I don't think I'm going to have any time to do anything else. And this is for Phobos, a skull bat who is self-described here on the page as a silly goober. Thank you for the bonk. Who has probably multiple DUIs, so she's getting court summoned for her traffic incidents. We're having fun doing that. So we got the court summons here. We got a fitness gram pacer test here, and it's beautiful. So I gotta get some of the text done and stuff. But again, if anybody has any questions, if anybody would like to lurk, feel free to lurk. Enjoy your time here. Any questions? Any fun comments? Any ideas maybe to spice it up that are within TOS and like in the good spirit of a charity? Feel free to talk. No worries. We'll get back and relax and work on a little bit of art. We're also listening to a radio set list from ocremix.org, so if anybody would like to listen to some of the music we're listening to and is curious, ask me about the small dog. I read that and my brain died. Ask me about the songs we're listening to. I'll be more than happy to list them off for you. Right now we're listening to Going Deeper from the Castlevania Aria of Sorrow remix soundtrack, and this is by Mel Decision, Varia, Pixels and Paradiddles, and Moebius. It's Moe. I don't know. Words are hard. Can you believe it sometimes, y'all? Okay. As y'all were raiding in, I was trying to figure out the perfect text I could do for this joke piece of the DUI here. So I'm thinking, what does somebody say when they're getting court summoned for a DUI? I don't know. What does somebody say? Welcome in, Talmy. Happy Friday. It's good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Welcome into the finale of Rainbows in July. Somebody dropped something outside my door. Love that. Why is this? Oh, I know why it's not saving. It's because I'm typing. Let's think here. Whoops, not that. Let's do this. How about court summons for a DUI? I gotta stop hitting the wrong buttons. Well, at least it's different than Bill's. At least it's more exciting than Bill's. We're gonna bump up the size here to 40 probably. We're gonna break this apart a little bit. Thank you for the perfect. I appreciate it. that in there. This will allow me to break up the text a little bit to be a little fun. This is 45. Whoa, that's 145. You're cashing in all your tokens. You might as well get some. Yeah, you might as well get some free sub emotes. I think you can do that. I think I have that, right? Do I have that? Yeah, you can unlock random sub emote. Like, at least make it like worth your money. Your fake internet quarters. Or you can choose a specific one to unlock. I don't know how those work, whether or not they like unlock for a day or what. It's weird. Yeah, there you go. Get free emotes. Doing good just hanging? Nice. That's such a cute little racket gaming emote. That's so cute. Yeah, one of my favorites. I love the huzzah emote. We're going to probably retool a lot of our emotes going forward. But I'm so excited for it. It's going to be great. Okay, let me throw on a line art here so we have a piece of stroke so it's easier to read here. And we're going to probably also do a shading pass underneath it so it's a little easy to read. And there's your little shock emote. Galette made that for you a while ago? Hell yeah, it's really cute. Your shock one's a fave? Really? That one's not particularly one of my favorite ones. Honestly, I prefer... What is my favorite one? Brick is really good. Brick is one of my favorites, I gotta say. Smuggo is pretty... I'm really actually proud of Suspicious. I never get to use it as much as I'd like to, but Suspicious is really good. Shout outs to... Person sneezing outside my door. I'll have to tell him bless you later. Oh, that's such a cute little gaming one for you. I'm really proud of the Suspicious one, though. That one took a random moment of bright genius. It was really worth it. It was great. Let me give you a shout out, Talmy. You know what? I'll help you out here. Because Talmy does stream every once in a while, when time allows. And oh, tell me, I don't know if you stream Destiny, but I feel like Destiny is something that you probably would stream. But I've seen you stream Haven. You've streamed some interesting tower defense games that I can't remember the name of all of a sudden. You streamed Solar Ash, I think was you that played that, I think. Might have been somebody else. You play a variety of games, which is great. Okay, let's get our quick little line here for this. Yo, I'm gonna pull the grippers out. Okay. Bogues, when you click that, did it say 3 or 6 is the lucky number? I'm pretty sure it does, doesn't it? Also, since it's the final day, I was gonna have technically a rule where I wasn't gonna pull this avatar state out, but I'll break the rules for the final day. You only get 5 minutes of it, but I'll oblige. So, for anybody new here, y'all are gonna have a really interesting time with what I'm about to pull out, because I have a fun little avatar state thanks to one of my good friends, Darwin. Shows off some of my better assets, I'll say. So if you get a lucky, I think it's a 3 or a 6, you get the extra special one. But if not, we'll go for the normal one. You got a 6. Congratulations. You get this one. So you get that for 5 minutes. Oh, you have streamed Destiny. Nice. That's awesome. Yeah, if anybody needs a quiet place to like hang out and vibe with like good games, Talon is your place to be. Me, I'm more likely to swear and be obnoxious. Might be a 2 or a 6. That's lucky. I don't remember. Regardless, you won. You got number 6. Thinking about streaming more Destiny going forward now that I've gone back into it? Hell yeah. I didn't know what I was redeeming. Nobody ever does. Nobody ever does. Nobody... what do I say for that one? Let me see here. Good fucking lord. Somebody... I just got a notification over somebody going live, and it was like a big old piece of text. That's hilarious. Of course I can't see it, because why would I be able to? Why would the layout of Twitch ever be something that's helpful? Twitch? Ah! I can't even see. You know what? Fuck it, whatever. I don't even know what it says. Nobody ever does. It's innocuous, and it's a joke. Too funny. Alright, whatever. Let me quickly do rasterization here. Oh man, this is such a goofy piece of art we've done today, but I'm so here for it. I hope the recipient likes this, because I took a little liberties, because like I was trying to reach out to them to get exact details on how the skull is drawn and how their eyes are drawn, but I didn't catch them at a time where apparently they're active. So, oh well. Life happens. We move on. We kick booty. We have a great time. This is your favorite reward. Well, I'm only going to allow it once this stream. A reminder for anybody that would like to donate. The best way to do it is by clicking the link in the pinned comment at the top of chat, or by doing !donate. But if you're on Twitch, Twitch has a wonderful thing. Twitch and on desktop, I should say, specify. If you're on desktop and would like to donate without leaving the platform, you can do the little purple donate to charity button that's below stream. And that'll allow you to donate to Rainbow Railroad without leaving the platform. Yeah, there's something weird about doing an ad read for charity when I'm posted up like this, but, you know, whatever. Okay, panel lines. That's what I need to do next. That's okay. I have 13,000 tokens. I gotta ask one of my mods, or like Darren's one of my mods. So I gotta ask her how many she has. Technically, I can beat everybody with infinite, but it's sometimes fun to see how many points people are collecting. $162,000 says Talmy. Good grief. How many of those do you think are just from that one time you gifted like 20 subs? Excuse me. Because I'm willing to bet quite a few of them. Alrighty. Back to the goodness. I really like this. This avatar has felt like me a lot lately, and I've really enjoyed that. Shit, if I knew what that reward did, I would have 0. Maybe one of these days, if we do another charity event, and I would like to revamp a lot of my style to make it a little more 2.0, if that makes sense. But maybe what I'll do is I'll have I'll have an incentive to change my avatar state to something like this. If people donate, I think that'd be kind of silly. Be kind of fun. You know, I think we're gonna leave this top part as one homogeneous piece, and then we'll draw down here some plank lines as well. Okay. Is there anything else I need to do here for this piece of art today? I should probably shade the window, I'm realizing. Let's do that. I'm not gonna lie, chat. I think one of the things I'm most excited for when the event's over is I can stop sitting in my chair all the time. It's been great raising money, but holy cow, I need to stretch more. Teehee. Oh, come on, internet. Don't do this again to me. God damn it. Well, we're experiencing internet issues again. Yatta. So happy about this. It's on the final day too, come on. Us poor streamers and our sore butts, it'd be like that. I'm gonna get up really quickly, I'm gonna stretch, and I'm gonna go check my internet just to see if it's exploding. It probably is fucking internet. Ugh. Annoying. Alright, I'll see you guys in just a moment. I'm gonna leave this here for just a sec. You're telling me you say you've been having your internet randomly cut out pretty consistently this week. It's happened 5 days now. Yeesh. It's been fine the entire, like, 10 days we've been doing things. It just decided that today was the day. T-Mobile was like, we need to, like, cut everybody's internet. I just got fiber. Fiber wouldn't change this. Like, this is like at the head where, like, the network is having issues. Trust me. One day, Bogues, I promise you, whether it be Google or it be like some local subsidiary of a fiber network, you will one day have issues. Internet is nothing without issues. This is me expositing my frustrations on the world, but it must be done. It's been great. I believe you, Bogues. I hope it is nothing but great for you. I hope that my frustrations do not come true for you. It's worse than it was earlier, though, which is annoying. We're almost like most certainly buffering. As long as data is going through, though, we're going to keep going. I will push down the frustration. Let's get my signature in somewhere. Let's do it in the cupboard, I think, for fun. You know, funnily enough, it feels like the internet's becoming less and less reliable as time progresses instead of more. Yeah. I could speculate on whether that's late-stage capitalism or not, but I don't think it is. I think it's just the unfortunate reality of things, that just how things are. I don't know. It's sucky. We make do as best we can. Say what you will about Florida, but the internet here is immaculate. That's nice. It's rather big, actually. I don't need it to be that big. I honestly think it's primarily adoption. More people are using internet than ever before, but the infrastructure hasn't really been updated. That's probably a good read on the thing, I think. On things, I think. Come on, internet. For anybody who's ever utilized OBS and has stared at their drop frames counter, you all will be probably shocked and appalled at the fact that we've lost 75,000 and counting frames today. Almost 15% of stream has been lost just because of whatever internet's going on right now, which is great. I love this. This is fine. This is fine. Let's put a date somewhere as well. We'll say it's July. We'll say it's like Art Fight July 26th. Okay. Oh, internet back maybe? Hello? Maybe? This is fine? 77,000 frames lost today. 14.8% of stream lost. Love it. I love these statistics. They're kind of fun to watch. It's a weird, like, sick and twisted enjoyment of mine to see my drop frames counter go up, because I'm thinking to myself, damn, like, imagine how many frames we've actually had go through for this to be a really high number, and the percentage should change. It's weird. I know I shouldn't be happy about it, but it's kind of fun to see 77,000 fucking frames. It's crazy. It's an astonishing number of frames that should have never been dropped, but thank you to my internet provider. I appreciate it. Delightful. Alrighty, well. I think this is where we're gonna... I think this is what we're gonna call this one for being done. Let me, we're gonna do one thing here of being... Let me actually, do the rectangle one here. Okay, we got a thumbnail. Let's save that. Let's export this. And we'll close that down. I think we're done with that one. Let's get this submitted, and then, well, I won't lie, I might try and do some more art off stream. Or I might play video games off stream, but we're not done yet. We still got about 30 minutes left to go, and I wanted to do a commemorative art piece to highlight our final stuff here at the end of it all. Try to stall my keyboard typing. Okay. Then clean sketched lines. Thin color painted. I'd say it's fully shaded. It's got a scene. It's bills, and court summons. And that, and I technically need to do a new one here so I can get the thumbnail size. Don't need to call it anything. Okay. Let me upload this as the thumbnail. I think we're ready to rock and roll. So, Phobos by Just Pancakes. who's now getting some art. Confirm attack details. Good. Clean color, clean sketch, fully shaded scene. Attack. 56 points. Bills, and a court summon. Court summons for a DUI? Well, at least it's more exciting than bills. Poor Phobos. Gonna be on the recipient end of a lengthy court hearing. But hey, let's show off everything we've done so far for Art Fight. Our first attack this year was Narp lovingly adoring a Doza, which, frankly, I am very proud of. I am very happy with this piece of art. Narp is on the right, knocking on Adoza's door at 3 in the morning to express her love and adoration, which is very one-sided. Adoza does not know how to feel about this. Then as well we had Must Be This Tall for Free Food, which was an attack on Mochi, who is a shorter cat character, shorter cat calico, and will oftentimes give away free food, enjoys to watch any food they make on the stove. They prefer to watch their food on the stove. And unfortunately, my own character Caution comes in as a taller character, knocking on the door, and does not meet the height requirements that Mochi is laid out for free food. And then as well we have Fleecing Big Corpa, which attacked Pelin, who also attacked a big corporation, and sends their stocks plummeting into the floor. Fleecing Big Corpa. And of course, finally, our most recent one, Bills, and Court Summons. It's been a great year so far. In total, we've raised $200 for Rainbow Railroad. Words are hard, can you tell? We've had a wonderful 10 days of streaming so far. We have another half hour, and that means it's time for a half hour of some commemorative art, which we're going to do at 1280 by 720, I think. I'm going to try and we're going to do a couple of different things here. For one, did I render the clouds separately? I don't think I did I? Shit. I have to go in and redo that. Let me, you're not going to be able to see the work I'm going to do, but I'm going to pull up my Aseprite installation. Why did that? No, I have Aseprite installed. Windows, you idiot. God. I'm thankfully still using Windows 10, so like it's not terrible to use this, but sometimes it's dumb. Which one of this do I need to do? This one? Yes, okay. No, because this one's locked. Shoot. I need the Aseprite one here. Okay. So we're going to export, I think, a blank layer here. Okay. You now have a nice cloud layer. From here, though, I want to change its color a little bit, so I might actually... we're going to try and do a couple different things, too. Whoops, not that. To remedy this. In particular, one we're going to do is change how warm it is, if I can. Kind of like so. Oops, not like that. Nah. Big ol' big ol' bright hard oranges. Let me... Oh, do I have any alpha channels available for this? Welcome back from ads, everybody. You didn't miss much. Doing a little bit of deciding on different things here. You know what? Actually, hold on. What I can actually retroactively do is I can grab this and we can change the color here because I have a paint bucket 20 sprite still. So we're gonna go for like a nice, maybe like a nice crisp pink, maybe a magenta. We're gonna recolor all of these here. So is it B? My bucket tool? God, I don't know. There we go. Right, okay. Oh, God damn it. Now we gotta go brighter, almost like here. That one's not on now? I guess it isn't. Okay, that makes sense. Allow me just a second, y'all. I'm doing something in the background. Really quickly running through my A sprite file to get the color of the clouds changed here. Almost ready. Got to do a quick other pass really quickly to get the other colors when we're done. You know, I really didn't make this easy on myself when I was doing this originally. It just, I made a lot of decisions that, made this a little harder on myself. Okay, let's export this as well. Except I need to do this there, and that should be good, I think. Might be not perfect, but I'm hoping it will be as close to as perfect as I can get it, because, oh boy. I really did a number on myself when I did it like this. Export. Okay. Then I can bring this into Clip Studio. You heading out, Bogues? Thank you for the good luck. I appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your Friday and enjoy your weekend, gamer. There we go. That's better, I think. Now what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and turn this into... well, that is very damn bright. I think what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and get like a pinkish sky going. So I think this layer is going to have to go... Does this work for what I want it to be? No, not really. I mean, kind of. Let's go for pink to like blue here at the end. Let me duplicate subtool. Call this late evening sky. And do some editing here of the gradient. Oh, there's a sunset purple out here. Let's do that. It's pretty good, actually. Let me do really quickly, though. Let me see if I can adjust the opacity on it. Yeah, kind of like that. Give myself some nice pastels. That'll work for what I need it to be. And then I want the icon I've been using. Let me grab this in here. There it is. It's going to be charity finale. I think that works. I'm going to throw on a grid so I can align everything here. Let me change the settings on it though. Okay. adjust this here. We're gonna do. Yeah, actually, it is on the wrong layer here. So, unless anybody donates by the time we're done, we will have raised $208.46. Go to 100. What are we listening to? Oh, great, a Gremlins 2 soundtrack. Delightful. This is by Astral Office by Astral Tales from the Gremlins 2 and the new Batch remix soundtrack. It'll be one of the last songs we actually listened to here. We're 12 minutes away from ending. Getting closer and closer. I want to thank you all so much for the support of the past couple of weeks, because I was nervous that we weren't even going to hit our first goal of $100. So hitting $208 and doubling our original starting goal is fantastic. May not look like that considering how the Tiltify setup works, but through the Twitch charity tool and Tiltify, we have raised $208.46, and I appreciate you guys so much for doing that. It means the world to me. Like I said, there's still a little bit of time before the campaign closes. I will close the event an hour or two after stream ends. That goes for both Twitch and charity, and Tiltify, excuse me. And that'll be a wrap on the event once that's all over and said and done. So, a fantastic 2 weeks. And it's going to a good cause. But you know what? As we're sitting here, I think I'm going to do one. Let's do one last little bit of design here. I'm going to do this here. Get my gold medal variant here. You good, Spark? Are you overheating? Welcome in. How you doing? Happy Friday. I'm going to do one more bit of text here. That says complete. Any fun text for this? Let's see here. Impact would look funny. Hope you're doing well, Spark. You're in just the final little bit of stream, so glad you could stop by. Actually, no, it's not that hot today. That's good. Oh, that's why, but the Easter thing is still showing. Wrong button to click. Let me duplicate this one. There's a vocal stem I picked up. Hey, baby, is a vocal stem I picked up a while ago. Now it's a text stem as well. Nice. Alrighty. And then I was gonna do something. What did I forget I was gonna do all of a sudden? Crap. It was like I was gonna do something. Oh yes, I know exactly what I was gonna do actually. Is internet recover by the way? Yeah, we're fine. Oof. Alrighty. Let's see. Let me Thank you, Spark. I appreciate it. Sure, everything's good here. Awesome. Okay, so Rainbows in July is coming to an end. We have just about 7 more minutes to go. But let's talk about what we can do beyond Rainbows in July and how we can further support Rainbow Railroad as well as other charities in our efforts going forward in life. So if you want to specifically support Rainbow Railroad outside of donating, you can host your own fundraiser. Setting things up through Tiltify, through Twitch, through in-person events. It all goes toward a great cause. I honestly didn't think about an in-person event, but honestly, like if you want to host an in-person event, go do it because it's really cool. Furthermore, as well, if you're an artist, one of the ideas I got from my liaison was that you can create stuff and then sell or donate proceeds and a part of proceeds to Rainbow Railroad and help out that way. There are also opportunities as well. I'll post a link of this in chat. Confirm that you can sign up to volunteer. These are, of course, I think they're mostly in person. They could be online. I'm not sure off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure they're in person. Here we go. I'm also gonna. Oh, I guess that's that. Okay, well, there's a specific page I thought there was that I could share with you guys about volunteering, but I think it's just the sign up link. So if you wanted to sign up to volunteer with Rainbow Railroad, feel free to click on those links, put in your details and stuff, and consider supporting. These are US and Canada links only. If you're in Europe, you'll have to find your own community support to support, I should say. But if you're in America or Canada and would like to support Rainbow Railroad, particularly through volunteering, that link in chat will be how you do so. But furthermore, one of the biggest things that is also very important is always just spreading the word. So take what you all have learned here through our last 10 days and go share it with those you love and your own communities, and take the initiative we have raised here and further continue to spread the good message and the good efforts of Rainbow Railroad to those around you and those you know, because that is honestly another big proponent of changing the tide of legislation and the tide of the way the world is right now. If you missed either Wednesday or yesterday's videos, please feel free to go check out the VODs for that. But if not, I will also probably share those here in just a second. I might not. I'll point you guys towards the VODs from yesterday and Wednesday for FAQs and Head of Program Devin Matthews talk on where priority areas of our work of Rainbow Railroad's work is. and where some donations will be going to. So if you need a recap of that, in particular, Devin pointed out that Rainbow Robo's efforts are really heavily focused on Uganda right now, to challenge LGBTQ legislation that is putting people's lives at risk in Uganda. Rainbow Robot would like to work in South Sudan, but resources are kind of scarce in the area. So their ability to work on the ground there is limited. But as well, if you're in America, you can look up things like PFLAG or call the 211 hotline for your area. PFLAG was a organization we pointed out that is a nationwide umbrella for chapters that are specifically geared to helping queer people. So if you need a place to be yourself, among others, PFLAG is a good way to find resources, but 201 is a broader umbrella organization that will allow you to connect with community services in a much broader sense in terms of like food support, mental health support, financial assistance or guidance, and ideas like that. So please reach out to organizations as you need. And I think that covers a lot of the things that are important about going as we end our event here. I want to make sure I got everything. Yep. Alrighty. So again, as we come into the final minutes of our stream here, I want to thank you guys so much for all you support over these past few weeks. It feels really great to be able to have done this. And I will see you guys in the middle of August when we're come back. I will be taking a week break to recuperate, to relax, do some of my own stuff, and just have fun. And of course to celebrate the fact that we had a wonderful charity event. So thank you guys for all your support, for being here, for the company, for cheering me on during Art Fight, for asking questions, for being receptive to answers, and just in general for having a fun time with me here in Rainbows in July. One of the important things, of course, is even as this event comes to a close, don't ever forget to be prideful. One of my little mantras we have here on stream and in the title all the time is Pride Forever. Because outside of June and Pride Month, it's important to always remember that we should not remain hidden outside of June. We are forever. We will always be here. And it's important to recognize that and find allies and stay strong for that goal. As well, July is coming to close, which means Disability Pride Month is coming to an end. But that does not mean that advocacy for folks who are disabled should come to a close either. Continue to fight for those you love, for the causes that are right, that will benefit humanity as a whole, because it's important. Always remember that. Always maintain your pride throughout the year. Have fun. Be who you are. Being alive is the best form of resistance that you can have if you can't resist in any other ways, especially in the face of our adversity that we are facing in these troubling times. So as Rainbows in July comes to an end, as we have hit our 3-hour mark, and as I get ready to sign off, continue to fight, continue to be a bright light for other people as time goes on. I will see you guys in August. I want to thank you guys for being here. Spark, I appreciate you helping. Everybody who donated. I don't need to shout all you out just because I don't need to put anybody on blast, right? But genuinely, when I say this, the donation and the support has meant the world to me. Because I was really worried this was going to be a total flop. But we have doubled our starting goal and had a wonderful 2 weeks. So thank you guys so much. We're going to go say hello to, I think, Delphi, who is playing Final Fantasy XIV right now. So we're going to take our lovely little butts over there and we're going to have a great time. I think. Do I want to say hello to Delphi? How long has Delphi been going for? Let me actually check this really quick. 2 hours. Okay, 2 hours. Okay, that's good. That's good. then that should mean we still got time in stream. So we're going to go have fun in Final Fantasy XIV. Eventually, probably coming up towards the start of the year, I will be playing Final Fantasy XIV. So I'm getting prepped by microdosing Final Fantasy XIV into my consciousness. So we're going to have fun over there. I appreciate you guys. I'm going to show you guys a little bit of what Delphi's doing right now, and then we'll go say hello. Our raid message will be Rainbows Forever. And get your pride emotes out. Whoops. Grab your respective pride emotes, or use the gay pride emote. And we're going to go say hello to Delphi. Delphi's one of my comfort streamers, I'd say. Somebody I catch if I need to have something easy to put on and just relax to. Absolutely one of the greatest lesbian proponents. Yuri is 100% number one over here in Delphi stream is what I'd say. Delphi's fantastic. So if you want to go support a wonderful player of video games, of art, Delphi's a wonderful artist. Go have fun over at Delphi stream. I appreciate you guys. Have a wonderful time over there. I'm going to get that started right now. Thank you for a wonderful 2 weeks of Rainbows in July. And I will catch you guys in August. Perfect. Be safe, be kind. Be respectful of Delphi. Respect yourself. Have fun in August. Remember to stay prideful. And as always, it is never goodbye. I'll see you all later.